put my best dress on, boy, I was so right. Our eyes connected. Now nothing's how it used to be. Don't second guess it. Tracking on this feeling. Full focus closer, you and me. Nobody's leaving. Got me affected. Just give me 180 degrees. So electric. Slow down and dance with me. Yeah. Slow. Skip a beat and move in my body. Yeah. Slow. Come on and dance with me. Yeah. Slow. Skip a beat and move in my body. Yeah. Slow. Don't wanna rush it. Let the rhythm pull you in. This is so touching. Know what I'm saying? And I haven't said a thing. The record playing. Oh, slow down and dance with me. Yeah, slow. Skip a bit and move in the body. Yeah, slow. Come on and dance with me. Yeah, slow. Skip a bit and move in the body. Yeah, slow. Read my body language. Take you down, down, slow down and dance with me. Yeah, slow. Skip a beat and move in the body. Yeah, slow. Come on and dance with me. Yeah, slow. Skip a beat and move in the body. Yeah, slow. Skip a beat and move in the body. Skip a beat and move in the body. Skip a beat and move with my body. Slow.
It's Thirsty Thursday. What's up, everyone? How are y'all doing? How is the weather where you're at? It is gorgeous here. And there's always a theme when I pick a song. So this one, and what I was going to rap on for a little bit before I make this special smoothie, and I'm excited because between the two of them, it's really amazing. This human body, yours, mine, it doesn't matter. We're all so individually unique. Mind, body, soul, right? And so this physical body is phenomenal. It does things in different compartments that you don't even have to think about. You just take it for granted that this body is doing its work, right? It's making sure that you breathe, that your blood is pumping, your heart is beating, right? Your nervous system is responding. You can taste, touch, smell, hear, and feel all of your senses because of the body and the work it does that you don't even have to think about. Which is why when I come on here, and I always try to remind you to breathe into the moment, to breathe fully into your body, to enliven the senses. It needs help too. And the more present you are and grounded in your physical body, the more efficient and sustainable it's going to be. It's going to support you when you sustain, you nourish it with the breath. Simple things in life. the simplest thing you can be grateful for is that which houses you, which is the vessel, is your vehicle for living in this human form, that allows us to connect with one another, to see you, see me, me, see you, right? Fun stuff. It's amazing what we just don't even tap into that's present right here, right now. The physical body tells you everything you need to know about what's going on up in here. That's why it's so key to connecting, in balancing out, harmonizing, bringing the mind, body, and soul into balance, into alignment, right? When you connect all three, it's smooth sailing from there. But of course, we're all a little off balance. You know, we're like, oh, wobbly, just trying to keep and maintain what we think, because we're so fixated in the mind that we're normally not even present with the heart and soul. And, you know, again, mind, body, connection. If you're up here all the time, you're disconnected from the body. If you are airy-fairy, not grounded in the physical body, and you're stuck out here in some way, shape, or form of a distraction, of a escapism a lot of times, you know that's what addictions are. They're escapisms. They're ways to keep yourself away from being right here, right now, present with all of your past, future, whatever's gone on in your life, your pains, your sorrows, your traumas, the excitement, the joys, the things that you suppress the most and try to push aside and not deal with are the things you really need to sit with so they can be brought to completion, so you can release them fully. Allow that energy to move so that you can flow with your soul, to be in alignment in your life and fully present for all the beautiful gifts and joy that really is here right now for you. Don't get caught up in the past. Don't get caught up in the future. Just be present right here, right now. It really is all about right here, right now. The rest of it will work itself out the more you're present. That's the gift, and it truly does unfold that way. And so, yes, our mind can go off on that crazy monkey tailspin and decide on all sorts of scenarios, but none of that even exists unless you fixate so much on it, and then you will draw to you that which you vibrate. You know, where you are is what shows up in your life, and it's always showing you. So coming back to the body and talking about your body's language. Your body speaks to you all the time, but how often are you listening? So, for example, this morning I woke up and I was a little bit harried, a little rushed. I had my Beyond Addiction conference call, and so I got on the call and I was all right. But as I was sharing some things that I personally was going through and realizations, the stuff that bubbled up for me yesterday, you know, the fears of abandonment, the fear of rejection, the traumas that had happened in my childhood with molestation and a pedophile at a young age, under the age of 10. Those things actually brought up some emotion for me in the physical form, that my stomach swelled up, that I was completely bloated and just really just tender. And so even when I sat down to do my meditation and my practice, I was like, oh my gosh, this wasn't something I ate. And see, this is your emotional center. If you have stuff going on in here, especially I know for myself, you know, each area of your body, when you really tune into it, is going to tell you something about what's going on up here. It's a matter of whether or not you're listening, taking notes, and really honing in on your body's language. So when my stomach was like that, I'm like, wow, I know something's up. And I got through my practice. And then, okay, we're going to talk. We're going to talk poop. I'm going to tell you, I felt so much better through my practice. And then all of a sudden, just writing all this stuff down about body language, about speaking to your body and body speaking to you. Anything and everything that originates in the mind comes through the body. So if you're feeling discomfort, dis-ease in the body, all it's doing is reflecting what the dis-ease and the discomfort is up in the mind. So clearly, when I brought up some emotional triggers, it was in the mind and created that, and the body just revealed it. And that was my sign that it was a little uncomfortable, and that was an emotional thing, and more so because I revealed it to some people who had probably never even heard me speak it. And so it was a vulnerability again, a healthy vulnerability, in allowing myself to be heard and recognized for what I experienced. And so here's the thing. You don't want to hold on to any type of emotion, any type of trauma. You want to release that. And I'm going to tell you, your body will release it when your mind lets go of it. So that's what I went to do. I went into the bathroom and I released it. Yay for me! Because that's healthy. If you're holding on to stuff, you're cramping, because I've been diagnosed with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and a lot of times it's food related, but it's also related to emotions. Because again, we're going to go back to tension, and this is an emotional center. And so if you're somebody who holds on to things and doesn't really talk about them, doesn't share a lot, for me, that's what a lot of this was over the years since I was a child, is I just held on to a lot of stuff that wasn't serving me, and it was hard to let go. And so the moment your mind lets go of it, the body releases it. And that's just an example of how my physical body manifests and how I'm aware of it. But how many people do that? How many people tune in and tap into their own body's wisdom and really learn the language that it speaks directly to them at all times? And so I'm very grateful for my body and all I've learned. I was also experiencing up in this area of my thoracic and up in my back for the past couple days. I was going through a little bit of heart opening from deep within, because again, you've got a heart, but it goes deep. And for me, I know that it was so deep that it went right back into my shoulders, in between my shoulder blades. And today I feel, now that everything's cleared, I feel phenomenal. I feel amazing. So, if you're experiencing any of this, please reach out, share it in the group. Post pictures, go live, whatever feels good to you. But share what it is that you may recognize in your own physical body that happens when you're going through certain emotions and your mind is going crazy, if you're even aware of it. Not everybody's going to know. And so also, that's the other thing, is whenever you're feeling discomfort in the body, if that's the moment you have the opportunity to tune into it, to breathe into those spaces, to become present again, to inhale deeply and ask yourself, where was my mind just now? That was another thing that one time I was chopping up some vegetables in the kitchen, and there's a split second where all of a sudden, and I know my mind was on something, and I cut my finger, and I had to stop and ask myself, what was I thinking just now? Was it a good thought, or was it something that caused pain, self-inflicted pain? And when I reflected upon what I was thinking at the same time, I was having a little bit of an internal judgment upon someone else's life by comparing myself. Haven't you ever done that, where you sit there and you reflect upon somebody and you're like, geez, I don't know why they want to do that. I'd never do that. That's just totally out of my da-da-da-da-da. And you just, it's ruminating about stuff that's totally irrelevant and doesn't even serve you or have anything to do with you. But I think a lot of us do it. I know for myself, I will own it. I have done it, and I still do it. And I catch myself, and that's an opportunity to be kind to self, and also to release the idea that you even need to go there. Bring it back to, for me, it's mantra. When I start chanting mantra, it clears out all that other stuff. And when you can clear out the stuff that's insignificant, then you're no longer wasting energy and projecting it or taking it on, right? When you keep yourself fully present in the moment, you're not going without, and you're not drawing within things that don't serve you, right? So that was just a simple little thing. For example, I was taking a shower one time, and I was doing the same thing, and I was thinking about something, and all of a sudden I'm like, I cut myself with the, pumice stone on my ankle or something. And I'm like, okay, where was my mind now? And again, I caught myself doing that. There I am again. It's not my stuff, to even put my attention there. So this is what meditation and yoga and mantra and chanting and singing and all this focusing on something that is uplifting and raises the vibration, as opposed to keeps you stuck in the muck, right? You know, from the mud comes the lotus, but we all want to be the lotus. We don't want to be stuck in the mud, right? But again, that's the grounding, the rooting our physical self into this human existence, into this body, and being present fully. So yeah, and it's an opportunity when you do find that you're having dis-ease and you start to recognize, okay, these were the thoughts. You soften, you forgive yourself, because a lot of times for me, I'll go, okay, kindness matters. You want to bring it back to kindness. You want to forgive yourself for wherever the thoughts went and go, okay, it's all right. We got this. We can reset this. And so when you reset it, you can breathe into the spaces of dis-ease in the body and just kindly speak to your body. You can do it out loud. You can do it to yourself in a whisper, or you could just do it silently, like, relax the shoulders, relax the neck, relax the jaw. Release the tension and let it just soften and fall off of your shoulders. Because when you feel heaviness, stiffness, tightness, sticky, icky, pain in your physical body, that right there tells you there's something up here that's out of discord. It's not aligned with the body, and the body just simply responds to what's going on up here. And if the body's responding to up here, that means they're not connected and they're not, again, in balance. Because the body's basically telling you that doesn't resonate with me, and that's why it's stuck in my body. That's why I feel uncomfortable. The mind is going in a direction that is not helpful. It doesn't serve this moment or this life, right? So, I hope that resonates with all of y'all. If you haven't shared this video, hit the share, invite some friends. Make sure you share in groups. That's always a good way to, introduce people to our community, because we have such a rockin' rad star family that we're all about spreading the love, embracing, right, the web of inclusion. And if you haven't entered the Rad Juicer giveaway, head on over to Ridiculously Authentic, the group, and add your friends. Invite them. Just go in and click that invite, whether you're on your phone or your computer, and just down the list. Don't worry about hurting someone's feelings or offending them. It's just an invitation. And if they're unhappy with it, well, then that just shows they're somewhere else. And it's okay. It doesn't hurt to ruffle a little feather, because you might find that those are the people that stick around, especially if your mind's going there and thinking, oh, I'm afraid they're going to get upset with me. What if they get upset with you? What if they don't? What if they turn around and tell you, thank you so much for adding me to that group? Changes their life, right? So, the lighting in here changed, but that's okay. That happens. I'm going to make this smoothie, and it's totally on the fly, and what dropped into my, tasty awareness while I was in my meditation, I'm going, oh, I really want to try that. So, let's see what comes out. And get your drink on. Water, always. Should have at least 2 cups of water a day. That's 16 ounces. These things are about 28 ounces. I think they're 28 ounces. And I drink one of these first thing when I get up. And a second one I'll actually drink during my meditation. Before I eat anything. That's my routine in the morning. Make sure you introduce yourself in the group too. This is the key. I'm telling you, reading your stories inspires me, and it's going to inspire one another, right? Right? So it's not just about me and Tom. We're here to support you, to inspire you, to uplift and empower you. Ultimately, you showing up is the first step in changing your life. And then by showing up and you sharing yourself, you're inspiring others. So inspire through inspired living, right? And I'm telling you, when you exercise that courage muscle, woo, you get this internal chemical release of happy hormones. It's an internal reward system. It's like, like I said, give a hug a day, right? I'm definitely parched this morning. On top of that. And, again, that's the other thing. We have to flush out the toxins that build up in our body, whether it's from the external environment or something we've been eating. Or, these things are lodged in our body for a long time. And our body holds on to things when we hold on to things up here. The only way you're going to flush it out is if you bring everything into balance. It's not just about the eating, but it's about lifestyle. It's about re-enlivening all of your senses. All 5 of the senses, plus that spidey sense that says, oh, I feel something that's, outside of the norm, right? Or something feels really good. I feel something good's going to happen. Don't ignore that. That is your intuition. Into me, I see. Intimacy, right? Beautiful, isn't it? You can't, we have to take these moments to be grateful for what we have. So let's start on the smoothie. So I have made a special batch. This is definitely the primo, VIP batch. This doesn't get shared outside of my house right now because it's rather an expensive treat. I don't do coffee very often, but if y'all saw one of my videos when I brought home the Chameleon brand, ooh, yummy, yummy, yummy. I like the pecan flavor. And so I made a batch of kombucha using the pecan flavor. OM yummy. OMY. In fact, hashtag Tasty Thursday and it's Thirsty Thursday. So, are you coming in to share and help me?
Hi, Stacy. Victoria got entered into the What giveaway. Free juicer. Oh yeah, that's cool, huh? That's really, really cool. So Victoria, you are in the What free juicer giveaway. If y'all haven't introduced yourself, Miss Victoria, I think that's the second giveaway that she's been entered in. Y'all make sure you ninja flip over to the group right now. Go over there, tell us a special rad story about yourself. Add 200 friends, and let's play.
Introduce. What do we got? We got nanners. Nanners for days. I'm trying to find the most right of them all. Because we like them really, really spotty, and they're not as spotty as I'd like them to be. Do you want one?
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe one of these. So, what are y'all drinking on this Thirsty Thursday? That one's good.
I'll be right back. I got poo.
Thanks for sharing. Anyway, so we're going to do 2 bananas. And I like to take off my rings when I touch all the foods. Aw, thank you, Jeanette. So if you didn't hear me the last time, the skin is supposed to be good on the inside. Love you, Jeanette. I'm so sorry about your puppy. I know what that was like. I still am not over Angel, but now that I have Buddy as my new little buddy, he is a doll, and he so reminds me of Angel so much. The huggies, the ear flops, the coming over to me when I was doing my meditation earlier this morning. He was just like, I think, and Angel used to do that with me too. And she loved being right next to me whenever I did any fitness. I'd be doing step aerobics or kickboxing. I'd be drenched in sweat. I'd lay down on my step and I'd be doing weights, and she'd come over and start licking my face and taking all the sweat off of me and I'd just get me so laughing because it would tickle so much. And when I would sit at my computer, she'd lick my feet. This one's right. Or riper. Oh! I'm dropping nanners. I'm hungry. I'm like a hungry hippo over here. Do you still have that coconut yogurt back there? I don't like it to sit out. I'm only saying that because it want to keep it cold when it's fermented. Or did you eat it all? Uh-oh. The look. I just wanted a bite of it. Because that's like the chicory. Oh, So what I do with that particular yogurt is I use chicory, which also has a prebiotic in it. And it's really good for the gut. You should have seen I know you didn't see the face he made. He was like, It's all good. It's all adjusting. It's all perfect. It's kind of funny, actually. But all this stuff, and I've heard it's supposed to be good for your teeth, too. Maybe. So, I'm debating how much I'm going to put in this. I might just put half the kombucha bottle in there. So this is, yeah, exactly. The inside of the skin is healthy. Yogi Bhajan was in his teachings saying that we should eat the skin of it. So, this is coffee kombucha that I made. I've never seen it in a store. I just randomly one day when I was living in Italy decided, let me try making coffee kombucha. And look at that foam. Banana and coffee kombucha. He's probably looking for it still. I'm going to start another batch later today. So we're going to see how this turns out. I'm excited because it's the first time I've ever done it with the coffee kombucha. I've never mixed it with anything else when I did coffee kombucha. And I make sure I use this particular lid because otherwise it ends up coming out of my blender. So because it's a fizzy ferment, I know, it's kind of it's one of those things where you don't always do it. I have done it in the past, made smoothies with kombucha, but you got to be real selective about what you're going to mix it with. So let's try this flavor. I know this is going to be good because I could feel it in my mouth when I was thinking about it. I just wish it was colder because those bananas aren't frozen. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really good. It really doesn't need anything. I'm just wondering if I should put something in there. I'm going to put a little bit of cinnamon. Laughing and giggling is good for the heart. I tell you what, I laugh every single day. And I will tell you, having Tom around, even before he was here, I have laughed the deepest belly laughs I've ever laughed in my life. He makes me laugh at myself because half the time he'll get me and he'll start laughing at it. And he makes me laugh even more because I've never had anybody else pick up on stuff that's maybe not as obvious to the rest of the world. I have my own little subtle inside jokes. I do laugh at myself a lot. If you can't laugh at yourself, you gotta work on some humbling, right? So I'm gonna put a little bit of my Mycoforce Immunity. I absolutely love this stuff. Mushrooms are the bomb. I love Paul Stamets. He is like mycelium expert. Yum. Seriously. Shroomage is good for you. And you also get your vitamin D out of it too. I'm going to put a little bit of Shilajit, which is a fulvic acid. And it really works well with coffee. So coffee and chocolatey flavors, Shilajit blends really nicely. Otherwise, it's really, really strong. I mean, I don't think you could get it any more earthy than this. So let's see, what else was I going to put in here? I think that's... I might just put a little bit of my butterscotch stevia just to see how that plays out. But it really doesn't need any sweetening so much as just the butterscotch flavor is what I'm playing with here. He hasn't tried this yet. Not cold anyway. there's anything I could put in here that would make it colder. I am thinking I'm going to put one or two, a couple drops of vanilla. Seems to really like enhance the flavor. 2, 3. And then I'm going to do one more banana because I want it a little thicker. And this one will do because it's already soft. Enjoy your meditation. So I was saying yesterday that for the first time, and I didn't know you could be too alkaline or whatever. I was told I was too alkaline. And I was like, really? I didn't know that existed. And sure enough, I guess I was also told I could do more coffee again. And I haven't had the same reaction I had the last time I had it. So, we'll see. I figured a little extra fiber can't hurt. All right, let's blend away. I might put more coffee into this. Ooh, that's so good. It's still really liquidy, but man, more coffee. Kombucha, coffee kombucha that is. The fizz. Oh, what a fizz it is. I'm gonna have to blend that real quick. Alrighty. Okay, so I got that out of the way. Tom doesn't like the sound of the blender, and I don't either, but I've tuned it out a lot better because it's just really so loud. So yes, here we go. Gotta lick all the goodies. Yeah, my body's gonna love this today. Alrighty. Yum. Super yum. Oh, that is so good. That is so good. So, I've made a smoothie. I'm good. How long have I been on here? Not that long. Tap into your body's wisdom. Know that your body is speaking to you at any time, at all times, and it's telling you exactly what you need to know. And breathe. Yeah, yum. I'm telling you, this stuff. Dramatic pour into the love glass. Bottoms up, y'all. Cheers. Have an amazing day. I love you. Keep it raw. Stay rad. Mwah, mwah.